2XKO patch notes 1.1.1. Am I concerned for this? Yeah, let's stretch it a little bit, because why not? Why not? I'll stretch it just a little bit. I am, just to say, not the most looking forward to seeing what the heck they decided to do here. But we'll give it a couple minutes, and then we will get her started with seeing what on earth they are doing 9 days before Frosty Fasting, shall we? Alright, let us see how this looks, huh? Alright, so 2XKO patch 1.1.1 coming out tomorrow at like around 6 p.m. Pacific time or something like that. It includes new champion Caitlyn, buffs to Blitzcrank, Braum, Darius, Jinx, and Vi, nerfs to Ahri, Echo, Teemo, and Yasuo, adjustments to Illaoi. The champion and recruitment event for Caitlyn, apparently expert combo trials, training mode in ranked, hallelujah, and new stage, Pharaoh's Promenade, along with new cosmetics, including the arcade skins, which I am very happy about. Alright, welcome to the official launch 2XKO. We're excited to welcome console players into the fold and kick off a competitive season. Let's get into what 1.1.1 brings. No online mode between 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. Pacific time tomorrow. New content Caitlyn, if you guys haven't seen the trailer already, would recommend. Running new champion to the roster. Caitlyn Sheriff Piltover is ready to lay down the law with the Hexa Power Powered Rifle. Do the trap deadly aim to stay 10 steps ahead of your opponent. Sounds like something I like to do. Moves video and gameplay trailer can be purchased immediately with 1,000 KO points, so real money. 1 champion token, or the Ultra Battle Pass bundle. You can lock her free, which will last for 3 weeks. Read more about how that works below. 3 weeks pass, Caitlyn will become purchasable the same way every champion is purchasable. Console launch. Shoutouts to Bumblebee Teemo. You know what, for the one time, let's put it up. Why is the screen?
Now get back! Don't look away.
Okay, 1 second apparently. Why is the screen so dark for that? Don't know why the screen keeps going dark on that, so we're just booting this up instead. I did mention earlier that that when it came to Ari skins, I was hoping that Arcade Ari would be one, because they could potentially do like Arcade Ari and Battle Pass, or not Battle Pass, sorry, Battle Boss Blitzcrank, and here we are. I'm so glad they picked this one.
The sooner we book them, the sooner
New
we get
champion,
to tea.
Caitlyn.
Excited. Not on my watch. Headshot.
Headshots. I've got some ideas I want to try. I want to try out when she comes up. New avatar items, because you know we all love that.
Put away.
Honestly, this is
Cover.
like, I'm not a big fan of base Caitlyn, but this one isn't that. This skin isn't that bad. I like the
We need cover.
I like the X on the shield. That was a good race.
Always got time to throw that.
The Chroma Clash skins. Why couldn't they make Ari orange?
Winding up.
If Ari had orange orbs and an orb, I would consider getting that one.
New recruits. Let's put them to the test and see what they know.
Also,
Let's
this might be the. I hope that everyone plays Teemo or plays this skin for Teemo. For a couple reasons. One, he's two-way, he has hearts for eyes. And second, his mushrooms are presents. What's up, Dice Man? His mushrooms become presents. So I really hope for anyone that keeps playing Teemo after this patch, they use this skin, because the fact that his mushrooms are presents is awesome.
see. Found it.
and the mother load of presents.
No wonder you don't have any badges.
Bumblebee skins. I am probably not getting this Ari skin. We. Okay, the Blitzcrank one is funny. No, don't electrocute me! Zap. Game Fruition, Season 0 skin. Still able to get Season 0 skins, always a plus. So yeah, that's the launch trailer, including some of the skins we'll check out. We'll check out. Odds are at the bottom. But yeah, it's officially live. It is live tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific time. You can get trophies and achievements, all that fun stuff. What's up, Brev? With PlayStation Plus, you can now earn a special Chroma avatar item and Battle Pass level skips. Okay. FAQ, I'll be able to get content from PC Early Access. We're bringing back some of the content available during Early Access. Crossplay enabled. Yes, crossplay is enabled. You can link your Riot account to both your PC as well as PlayStation. You don't have to play 2XKO on console. In the rank lobby, you can now walk to an empty cab and interact with it to enter training mode. While you're there, you can queue for matches from the training mode pause menu. Finally. Finally. After you finish a match, you join from training mode. You can return directly to training mode after your set ends. Yay. Good job, Riot. Everyone's happy. Everybody happy. Recruitment events. New season 1. You'll see one every time during a chamber recruitment event. Play games and complete missions to unlock the new champion for free. Progress will be displayed in the progression tab, collection tab, and lobby pause menu. Note the champion recruitment event progress is separate from the battle pass progress. Go away. So battle pass level skips don't affect champion recruitment events. Rank rewards. At the start of season 1, everyone who complete rank places in season 0 will receive a sticker and a player title based on their rank at the end of the season. New weekly and daily missions have been added to reach out to see what you have to complete. Tutorials will add 2 new expert combo trials for each champion. And then time for the good stuff. The stuff that everyone's here to see. Everyone's here to see. System changes, balance changes. All right, so the projectile changes, basically the things. So this is something that we saw in the preview from Yohozi. We're changing projectiles. Actually, maybe. Projectiles will not disappear under these conditions. When a champion that fired the projectile is hit by an attack. When the point champion is hit. When throw tech occurs, the following moves are not impacted. But the following moves are not impacted by this change. So if your point champion, or if the champion who fired the projectiles, the assists, get hit, then the projectiles will all go away. Especially until we get there. Again, Foss. A friend of mine sent me a message while saying this up too, saying that Echo got away with murder. So yeah, I'm expecting the end of today's stream to basically pull up a tier list and then put Yasuo and Echo at the top, and then put a gap in between. That's honestly what I'm expecting. But we'll get to it at some point. That being said, though, the following ultimate moves are not impacted by this change. All ultimates. So if a level 3 gets hit, it won't just magically go away. Jinx's Pachu, Bang, Pew Pew, Boom Boom, S1 Super, and Zap, S2 Super. So Jinx's 2 supers do not go away on hits. Braum's Glacial Fissure Super does not go away on hits. As well as his Unbreakable Shattering Spires doesn't go away. As well as his super assist, as well as his Portal Toss, all don't go away. And Teemo's super assist doesn't go away when the point character gets hit, but it still goes away when he gets hit. And his giant super mushroom super does not go. Will explode on contact. And then all tentacles don't go away. Again, though, it goes away on, but they go away on when she gets hit. So that's basically the same. Projectile attacks that are chargeable now fire automatically when performing a handshake tag. Looking at you, Teemo, and then looking at you, Kaylin, before Kaylin even releases. Targeting projectile and handshake tag is particularly hard to interact with. No shit. Compared to physical strikes, where parry or active hitbox are a viable option, often your only decision was to drop your combo to avoid the projectile. True. Hitting a champion during recover frames of firing a mid-air projectile will cause an interrupt state. Good for punishes. If this fires multiple projectiles, hitting the point champion will prevent more projectiles from firing. No moves include Jinx's super assist, Teemo's dart assist, and Ari's Foxfire assist. So if you hit them, or so if you hit the point champion, the assist will stop shooting. Okay. Let's see, backdash forward dash adjustments. We redistributed the movement on our fastest backdashers so they now travel backwards evenly across the backdash. Previously, champions moved much further at the start of their backdash than the end of the backdash. It slows down backwards chain dash and while keeping the distance traveled relatively similar. So they're punishing people for chain backdashing. Uh-huh. Okay. But they're only doing that on the champions who are actually quick. Okay. Yeah, I know, right? Mine too. Like, we already have so few quick champions. Now you're making the quick champion slow too? What the hell? Universal jabs. We knew that from the Ryozu tweet. Anyone with an 8-frame jab, it's now 7 frames. Hitting assist wasn't punishing enough. Running away and calling assist is a powerful neutral strategy, also known as the only strategy that most people were using, myself included. So we're adding counterplay to make bad assist calls riskier. Hitting assist now causes a 4-second cooldown, up from 2. This also applies to hitting a super assist and sidekick assist. When assist is parried, they now lose collision. This couple, okay, so you now can just now just run through people. You're not forced to roll. You're not forced to jump over. You just run straight through them. So I get. Oh, I know. Hey, don't punish me for having good movement. Besides, I'm not gonna lie. Ahri's backdash is quick, but they better not have slowed everything down equally, because Echoes is something else. Like if you Ahri's backdash is pretty quick, but my God, Echoes is something else. So we'll see what that looks like, I guess, tomorrow. Assist UI now appears faster when forming an assist. On average, this happens 5 frames faster. Okay. Dead champions should ruin less happy birthdays. Dead champions often contributed to happy birthdays dropping at unintended timings. Yeah. Now they would disappear as soon as they are hit. Okay. So I approve. So that's really good. I definitely approve of that. Here's the thing. I don't see any reference to when I have a happy birthday and I 2H somebody or I go into the air with the happy birthday and they are at slightly different heights. I don't see anything about how my champion always seems to prioritize the champion that's not in front. So I don't see anything about that, which I am slightly concerned about. Maybe that's hopefully that's in the bug section if there's a bug section. Because if that doesn't change, if that's not changing too, that sucks. Like, this is a good change, but they definitely need to also make it where whatever champion is up front is who your champion prioritizes in a happy birthday when it comes to height. Break. Activating break will now put your assist on a 2-second cooldown. You still have a small window to handshake tag while your assist is still on the screen before the cooldown starts. Previously, it only applied when using freestyle fuse. Okay. Juggernaut fuse. Base health has been... So we're trying to make Juggernaut better again. So we nerfed Juggernauts and now we're buffing Juggernauts. Juggernaut fuse max health has been increased by 10%. It went from 120 to 130. Break meter gain per unblocked hit has been increased. Break meter gain has been increased by 0.01, so it was doubled. It went from 0.01 to 0.02. Eject power has been increased. The Juggernaut player's recoverable health. A successful eject hit will now heal 50 more health. What the heck? I didn't even know that was a thing. I fight so few people that use Juggernauts that I didn't even know that you recovered health when you did this. You also gain break meter when you do it. You have more advantage on hit when you do it. Can now pass through an opponent in the corner. Input changes. Level 1 supers can no longer be Kara cancelled into level... What? Level 1s cannot be Kara cancelled into level... That was a thing? I'm learning a lot today. I'm learning a lot today. That was a thing? Training mode, guard action settings. When set to push block timing for bots now accounts for hit stop. You can now... Found stuff where you could car level. Ah. Okay, apparently someone found it out. Apparently someone figured that out on Twitter, like he found stuff for do. Okay. Fair enough. I didn't know that was a thing, but fair enough. You now lab real-world push block scenarios. Bot position settings. When set to crouch, bots will now perform a retreating guard reversal action. Okay. Okay. Jesus, that's a lot of bugs. Okay, hopefully one of them is a happy birthday. Various input bugs that resulted in neutral jump instead of a forward jump. Players couldn't go back after locking the champions while their opponents had controls menu open and look versus. But that reverts in core game adjustment when launching the game in offline mode. Has played occasionally caught champions to jump in the wrong direction while turning around. Caught champions to jump in the wrong direction after being hit by break in very specific circumstances. Bug where champions were able to perform push assist into an assist while using 2x assist. There's a bug where hitting an assist with the sweep at high hit stun would cause the assist to fall indefinitely. Point champions would no longer warp to unexpected locations after a limit strike wall bounce while their assist champion was on screen. I've had this happen. Double down fuse. Fix a bug that can occasionally cause double down to not activate. Yay! If I go back to double down, yay! Psychic fuse can no longer perform 2 supers for the cost of 1. Interesting. Variety of train mode bugs have been fixed. Across all bot settings, bot to random no longer performs the same action when loading a save state. Ultimates no longer mess up counter hit settings. Fix the bug prevent bot from being interrupted while performing wake up reversal. Fix the bug where tag launcher to end play active frames. Fix the bug where bot reversal. So nothing about happy birthdays on 2 H's. So I'm just going to hope that the ruin less happy birthdays thing, they also fix that too. I'm just going to hope that that's the case, even though it's not written down here. Has me slightly concerned, but I will hope. Okay. Showtime for the things people, including myself, are most worried about. Namely, you and you. Because based on Foss, you are still broken. And based on my friend Justin, you are still broken. Let's find out. We'll start with my girl. What do they do to you? Ahri. Ahri's a strong former in the meta. Yes, she is. This patch, we've primarily taken a hit at her aerial and grounded runaway. Are they just going to try and make her a rushdown character? I know she's originally described as a rushdown character, but I hope they're not trying. I hope they don't just force that. Foxfire no longer refreshes air dash. We knew that already, but still annoying, but it's fine. Bat has been slowed down. We read that earlier. Hopefully that is literally all that has changed. Mid-air Foxfire Blast now has a custom hurt box. Okay, I'm going to have to see what the heck that means later. Rain assist is affected by the projectile rules adjustment and can now be interrupted more easily. Yeah, so the rule changed earlier. If you get hit, your Ahri assist will stop firing. Well, that's fine. Buffs. Spirit Rush is no longer considered an aerial attack and can no longer be. Yes! Yes! I'm no longer going to get randomly 2H backwards again! I can jump over people and call that assist and not have the 2H hit her backwards! Yes! Okay, right, I forget. Yeah. Okay, right, I forgive you. I forgive the nerfs.
You cheated! Oh no!
Shinigami's having a blast with these. Alright, are we good? Alright, continuing on. Nerfs. Backdash speed has been decreased. Sorry, we do that right. M range has been slightly decreased. Can we get our 1 frame back then? Because they buffed the range, but they buffed the range of her medium, but slowed it down by a frame. So now they're decreasing the range of her medium. So can we get our 1 frame back and have it be 9 frames instead of 10 again? No, didn't think so. It's fine. We'll see. Well, it's as long as it's not by much, it's fine. Her medium is really strong, so it's probably still gonna be strong. So that's fine. Okay, we knew this one. Okay, we read that one already. Let's do more thoughtful. Again, that's fine. Bounce S2 is down S2 is now considered airborne on frame 10. It was previously considered airborne on frame 1, which caused unexpected air hit reactions. Okay. I have a feeling that's not going to do anything whatsoever. So that's fine. Spirit Rush. Hurtbox height has been increased. Spirit Rush can now be hit more by standing attacks. No! Why? I was happy for 1 second. God damn it! Couldn't you let me be happy for 1 minute about the fact that they buffed this assist? Height has been increased. Okay, if it's just the height, it's fine, because that honestly was never the issue. if with it being,
oh no,
that's fine. But since it's just the heights, right? So it's kind of like
oh no.
It's kind of like Grimnir's when he got his 2-1-4-U change. The heights of its hurt box is increased, so if someone tries to hit her from above, you can now do it. You can now punish her easier for it. But that I could not. But I'll be honest, I don't really care. My issue has never been, oh, why are they hitting me why are they hitting her so high in the air on her forward moving lariat, right? It's like, who cares? Right? If they're in the air, I'm not expecting her forward moving lariat to hit. So 100%, I take that. If I jump over someone and they try to 2H and they 2H the opposite direction of Ari, I will now hit them with that assist, and I could not be happier about it. Sucks losing this, but I do understand why they did this, and we'll see just how much the backdash has been decreased. Because if the backdash has been decreased by a good amount, and we lost this, Ari's runaway is going to be feeling bad, man. If she's greatly slowed from backdashing and loses the second air dash, her runaway is going to be way worse. So we'll see what this looks like, but yeah. So her runaway has me slightly concerned with this, but as long as the medium wasn't nerfed too harshly, then she should still be fine. Adjustments up for Spirit Rush. Up forward Spirit Rush. Hit stun has been increased by 2. Okay, that's random. Now has more hit stun scaling applied to combos. Why? The increased hit stun on up forward Spirit Rush allows it to combo against Warwick more easily in Ari's core combos. The problem. Wait, what? Okay. But I'm gonna come back and read the rest of this. If Warwick is not in the bug fixes, we have a problem. Alright? If Warwick is not in the bug fixes section, we have a problem. Fix a bug where R is able to recover quickly from break if she used it while on Spirit Rush. I didn't even know that was a thing. Mid-air forward Spirit Rush now to pass through Warwick on hit. Mid-air? Oh, wait a second. Because of Spirit Rush is mid-air. Okay, we're good. Okay, I don't care about this anymore. We're good. If we do forward Spirit Rush, up back Spirit Rush, it now consistently passes through Warwick. We're good. We don't have to change combos on Warwick anymore. I don't understand what's the point of any of this, but we're good. Okay. Good job, Riot. Thank you. I appreciate it. I have no idea what's the point of any of this. Alright, we're good. Alright, and that's it. Okay. As an Ari main, I will say this could have been so much worse. So the TLDR, this could have been so much worse. Much shorter than this one. Me too. But before we get to the things that are the two that are probably much shorter than this, Echo and Yasuo, we gotta get to one of the ones that are probably much longer than this, Blitzcrank. Yep, that's what I figured. Okay. Dude, losing Garen. Oh, I know that. I said this could be worse. Not that it's not bad, Because again, if her backdash speed was slowed a lot, and we lost the second air dash, her runaway is going to be severely nerfed. Like, not just partially nerfed, severely nerfed. If we lost both the second air dash and this becomes a lot slower. So it could have been worse, but I am very concerned for her runaway because of this. So, but we won't know the exact thing until tomorrow when it comes to this. But for the most part, I've been trying to play Ahri with only one air dash, and honestly, it's not that bad. So this is it's annoying, of course, but it isn't that bad. Main thing, of course, is using an air dash to get in, firing a Foxfire, and then hitting them. You can't confirm it anymore, which sucks. But it isn't awful. Again, for the most part, it just sucks. But if the backdash speed is really bad too because of that, then we are in so much trouble because that's our runaway is garbage if that happens. But yeah, Blitzcrank. Blitzcrank is still not quite strong enough to compete at top levels of play. We're making updates to their normals and hurt boxes to let them scrap it up in neutral. Previously, Blitzcrank's hurt boxes grew in size significantly whenever they went for an attack. This meant that Blitzcrank would be punished for pressing buttons, which made blocking and assist calling their primary way to play neutral. Looking at you, Rocket Punch. To help Blitzcrank throw out more limbs, we removed many of their extended hurt boxes, made them faster, and improved their ground normals. So we knew that already. Increase forward movement speed. All right, him and Brahm's wave dashes are faster. Hurt box on Blitzcrank's hand been removed on most grounded attacks. So we're making his giant normals have smaller hurt boxes. That's slightly concerning, but we'll see, I guess. First hit of crouching medium is now slightly taller. Weird. First hit of crouching medium hit stun has been increased by 3 frames. I don't think this was an issue, but okay. Our opponents, crouching light will now combo into crouching medium. On airborne opponents, crouching light will now combo into crouching medium more consistently. That's funny. And the first hit will now combo into heavy more consistently. That just sounds weird. That's just a weird sentence to read. Your crouching light button will now combo more consistently into crouching medium on airborne opponents. That's just a funny line. Previously, when it was difficult to pressure with lows, since lows went block consistently against airborne opponents. Blitzcrank is now pushed less far back and forming wrecking ball on grounded opponents in the corner. That actually was an issue. I'm not saying it wasn't an issue, Flamingo. I'm just saying it's just a really funny sentence saying the crouching light, the crouching medium are now more consistent on airborne opponents. Again, I'm not saying it wasn't an issue or anything like that. It just sounds really funny to say that these low hitting attacks are now more consistent on airborne opponents, you know? It just sounds kind of odd. Okay, time for the buffs. For Grappler, Blitzcrank has weak standing normals. We're improving the standing normals, so M hitbox is now larger. H now travels further. Is that already read pretty far too? Sounds like a Dragon Ball buff. I'm a little concerned about that. Brick compression H while running now goes over. Alright, fair enough. That's gonna look funny. It makes sense based on what he does, but it's pretty funny. It's gonna look funny though. Back H improvement. Back H hitbox now hits further behind Blitz. Air hit stun has been increased by 5 frames. Ground hit stun has been increased by 2 frames. Launch height has been lowered to help with follow-ups. Back hit was not an incredibly useful button, but we don't expect this move to be used often. We do want to properly reward you if you connect with it. Okay. Air Purifier down S1. Active frames have been increased by 4 to match the animation. Spinning turbine damage per hit has been increased by 5. Trying to get more people to use the spin attack rather than only as a car cancel, I guess. Mid-air garbage collection now generates 25 steam on hit, if not at full steam. Underused compared to mid-air air purifier, we're adding steam generation to mid-air garbage collection to encourage more decision making. Okay. Remove mid-air M from Blitzcrank's Lice Pulse combo to improve. Okay. Fix issue where mid-air rocket grab follows would sometimes fail when hitting multiple champions. Okay. no longer has a hurt box and their extended arm on performing Steam Rocket Grab. Fix a bug where some Blitzcrank's moves weren't progressing Fix a bug where some Blitzcrank's moves weren't progressing the precisely champion mastery challenge correctly. Now that's a sentence. Okay. So Blitzcrank. I'll be honest, I thought there was going to be a lot more. I really thought Blitz was going to get a lot more than this. They basically took a couple moves that were never used, and they're trying to get them to maybe get used barely, or maybe get used sometimes, and then improved his medium heavy, and then made one of his combos and block strings consistently, or more consistent. Yeah, I really thought they were going to do more to Blitz, if I'm being honest. Not that I'm complaining, because the idea of Blitz being strong is kind of scary, but yeah, I really thought they were going to do more to him. Oh, well, like I said, I ain't complaining, and who knows, maybe when I see them medium and heavy, I'm going to instantly regret my decision or regret what I just said, and be like, never mind, this is the worst idea ever. Why the hell did they do this to us? That is very possible, but it's kind of hard to judge when the only thing you can see is it says larger or further. Hard to judge. So I guess we'll find that out tomorrow. Braum, another champion, supposed to have a paragraph long. We're taking big swings on this. I don't like this. I don't like this. I am scared of this already. We are taking big swings on Braum's kits. I am scared already. His shield now more consistently shields his teammate through various bug fixes. Wait, it wasn't already before? I can never hit shit behind him. It says now has a new animation and lasts significantly longer. Yeah, it now walks forward or something like that. I think I remember Nightfall saying. Help improve Braum's offense for making one big change to Braum Kid. He no longer loses Unbreakable when performing the Heart of the Freljord. This should improve his performance in combination with various offensive improvements, such as faster light, faster forward movement, and better hitboxes. Light is now 7 frames. Increased forward movement speed. Braum moving faster. Eek. Previously losing Unbreakable wasn't worth the additional damage. With this change, spending that meter should feel better. Stand behind me. This is now the new animation. Braum now walks forward, and his urgency has been increased by 20. Whoa.
Who thought this was okay?
Wait. Hang on. Duration has been increased by how much? By how much? How much? 24 frames?
Who thought this was okay?
24 frames? Oh dear.
Who thought this was okay?
I'm very concerned. So for a full second, Braum is going to put his shield up and walk towards the enemy. For a full second, Braum is going to put a shield up between him and you, and walk you down. I am very concerned. I know it doesn't. It's either going to be 50 or 60. I read that too. 24 to 26 is 50. I don't know. It's either 60 frames or 50 frames. Either way, I'm not pleased. Either way, I am not pleased. Also, DeAndrew, basically every Riot game is free, but they make it all back, or they make a lot of it through the many skins that they release. Braum not facing the opponent when performing. It's easy C. Often whips are having Braum turn around when he connects with the backside of the down heavy. Unbreakable Ice Sword Smash down as 2. Ice Cold hitboxes are now bigger. Should no longer drop on happy birthdays. I don't think I've ever had that drop on me when they happy birthday me, but okay, that is what it is. Charge battering ram. S2 no longer has a projectile destruction dead zone between the charge and the release of the attack. There's a dead zone? He always breaks through whenever happens. All these things are new to me because this guy has never had these problems when I fought against him. But okay. Now makes Braum's hand and arm immune to projectiles during the attack. Again, never had this issue whenever I fought against the Braum, but okay. Hitbox improvement. Mid-air medium hitbox been improved. The lower part of the mid-air M will now hit opponents closer to Braum. Fair. Revolving door, forward heavy, charge, revolving door, and revolving door one more. Hitboxes have been reduced. Okay. Down heavy, and it is easy to see. Hitboxes are larger. Great. I already get hit by this. Plenty as is. So sure, not really going to affect me at all because I'm already getting hit by it. Damage improvements. What do you mean damage improvements? Okay, the damage improvements better be this one thing. He does not need damage improvements. This fucker does so much damage. He has 3 things apparently. Damage has been increased by 5, 10, 5, 5. Okay.
What the hell is wrong with you?
It's fine. It's 10, 5, and 5. It's fine. But standing light recovery has been decreased by 2 frames. Down light has been increased by 2 frames. Medium hit stun has been increased by 2 frames on grounded. Both medium and medium now combo into forward heavy on grounded opponents. Down forward heavy forward transition has been adjusted. Now travels further on first hit and less far on second hits. Great! He's better at catching reverse. He doesn't need to! His buttons hit so far already! He doesn't need to! Being able to back away from that is the only way I was getting out of his freaking pressure! God damn it. I just learned how to do that too. I just learned how to retreating guard properly to be able to have the first part of the down forward heavy miss so I can low parry it. Yeah, these aren't even the buff sections. Portals now have additional projectile. Poros now have higher priority. Poros will now shatter Echo's Timewinder, Jinx's rockets, Ari's Foxfires. This Poro will now break through them all. Oh, we are so screwed. Braum is gonna kill us all. Braum is going to toss Poros in neutral and beat zoners. Oh, this is funny. Fight one money, one down as one hitbox now goes slightly further. It hits further inside Braum. This helps catch rolls and cross up attacks more reliably. Great. Great swing, mid-air S2, while not an unbreakable, can now cause a tumble reaction on grounded opponents. Iceborne Smash down as 2 recovery has been increased by 2 frames. Can now continue pressure after hitting a... Opponent with down as 2 and slightly more advantage when performing down as 2 on block. Sometimes you do just have to laugh sometimes. Like there's like every once in a while, like the Majin Buu, spin cancel into spin cancel into spin cancel, or Poros now having basically the highest priority in the game of a regular projectile. Sometimes you just have to laugh at some things like that because that shit is funny. I'll be honest, I have absolutely no idea how strong this specific thing is actually going to be, because there aren't a ton of situations where Poros and projectiles are clashing. At least I don't think there are. But either way, this shit's funny. Either way, this shit is just funny. Bug fixes. Blocking leap little one in the corner no longer pushes Braum backwards. The enemy will always have the same exit behavior when handshake tagging. Resistance inside Braum's shield would now more consistently be defended against opponents' attacks. Great. Again, haven't really had that issue so far, because hits behind Braum's shield tend to just hit me anyways. Fix Braum's weird neck. Fix Braum's weird neck during his intro. Sure. In Braum's command list, the Heart of the Freljord super description says it removes Unbreakable, but it does not. Okay, they haven't changed the runes yet. Okay, that's Braum. Caitlyn, they're going to say she's coming out now, so nothing yet. Yeah, good luck. Darius. He did not need many buffs, so... Oh no. Why is that as long as Braum's? Okay, it's not as long as Braum's, but why is it almost as long as Braum's? Darius had trouble opening up opponents because Apprehend can be parried on a reaction. He did. Wait till he gets to Warwick. Great. Am I just gonna suck it up and go play Ahri Warwick? After that, we'll get to it. We're almost at Echo. Alright, Darius first. He does not need help opening people up. He's playing a big body strike throw character who has an OTG for throws with giant ass normals. He does not need help mixing people. So opponents, well, like I said, we'll talk once we actually get there, but let's get through Darius first, because Echo's next. Lightest went from 8 to 7. Felt down S2 was undertuned across the board, and its use was limited. S2 can now be performed sooner after the projectile is erased. Startup has been decreased by 2 frames. Why are they Why? Why are they buffing his projectile? A champion who, I might add, for the longest time, did not even have a projectile, because he doesn't need a projectile. They gave him one because they're like, oh yeah, since we gave this character who doesn't need a projectile, who never needed a projectile, we're kind of upset that he's not using his projectile very often, so we're going to make his projectile better. Why? It's so weird. Just so weird. We're going to give a character who doesn't need mix, and we're going to give a character who did need a projectile a better projectile. It's like, why? Apprehend cannot be charged, so yeah, guess what? You see, Apprehend, you can no longer just press parry. You now have to take a 50-50. And then if you guess right on the 50-50 with parry, congratulations, you're out. If not, well, too bad. You're eating a mix-up either way. Combo improvements. Force 2 now causes the opponent to fall slightly slower. Apprehend medium knockdown duration has been increased when hitting a grounded opponent. This behavior now matches the aerial. Okay, sure. That's all fine. Damage improvements. He does not need more. Can I get by a show of hands for those of you guys
Who thought this was okay?
Can I get by a show of hands for the people in chat right now? Who thinks Darius going into season 1 needed more damage? Legit question. Anyone in chat believe that Darius needs more damage going into this? Just to see if I'm out of line here. Because I really don't think Darius needed more damage. No? Alright. Darius isn't lacking in damage, so we're being gentle in our buffs before. Darius isn't lacking in damage, so we're still buffing him anyways. Darius isn't lacking in damage. Darius isn't lacking in damage. That is where this section should end. Darius isn't lacking in damage. Delete the rest of this. Darius isn't lacking damage. Done. Sealed. Delivered. Cool. Great. Doesn't need damage. Moving on. So we're being gentle in our buffs here. We're adding additional benefits to S1 minimum blocking opponents, generally improving his damage on S1 follow-ups. And he now builds meter faster when he puts bleed on opponents. This is a classic. Dude, I played League for 11 years. Trust me, I am well aware, but that's not going to stop. That's not going to stop me from having the same reactions I had freaking back then that I do now. It's like, why and who? Nerfs. S2 shit damage to blame opponents been decreased by 5. 5. Fix the bug where S2 super wasn't showing projectile. Sure, whatever. Just. Okay, we gave the character with no projectile a projectile that OTG'd, and then we got upset that he only was using it as an OTG tool. So now we're going to make it better, and then we think he does enough damage, so we're going to increase it. So we're not going to buff him that much in terms of damage, but we're still going to increase the damage. We're still going to increase his damage still a bit, anyways. Someone please make it make sense to me. I'm just so confused. Okay, Echo. I swear to God, Echo, I know you're not going to, but please, for the love of God, give me some hope for this patch. Give me some hope and a reason not to put freaking Echo and Yasuo in their own tier with the tier gap between anybody else. So wait on what, Elmers? Because Echo's next, or should I save Echo and Yasuo for last? Riot really needs to stop putting one sentence in their patch notes. Freaking Yasuo, we thought he was too honest. Darius isn't lacking in damage, so we're gentle in our buffs here. It's like there's always one sentence where I'm just like, who wrote this? But the Yasuo, it was the we thought he was too honest. And now so far for this one, it's Darius isn't lacking in damage, so we're being gentle in buffing his damage. Block string applied B, con assist, charge hook, and tag. Yeah. Basically, Darius players were already doing that. They were doing that with Yasuo and Echo. They'd apply bleed, then they'd call assist, and then they'd run forward, continue their string, and then they would do apprehend, and then tag again, and then do the overhead follow up while attempting a side switch. So you'd have to guess left right over and over again. But now, technically, on top of that, they can now also bait out the parry from the tag. Because they can now charge the hook on that too. So yeah. Great. Alright, Echo. Echo continues to be a monster in the meta. Do I need to pull out the TNS numbers, the FlyQuest numbers? I think everyone's done that already, so we'll just skip that part because I think everyone probably brought that up at this point. To reduce the power of his offense, we're drawing a line in the sand. Echo can no longer cancel a failed throw into replay. There better be more. If this is all they're doing, then nothing is going to change. Heel tap, so buffs. Heel tap, hit stun. Okay, crouching. Up forward light, down forward light. Heavy while running, non scaling by ones. Sure. Who cares? Who cares? These literally do nothing. Hey, they shot the burrito OS. Great, fantastic. Go ahead and deal with the kebab OS, or the down S1 Oki. Or the many other Okis that people have and probably will come up with because Echo was Echo. Nurse, alright, can no longer replay from failed throw. Medium range has been slightly decreased, so same thing as Ari, I guess. Overhead, hit stun has been decreased on counter hit. This move can now only combo into light. Okay, that's not really going to change or do anything, but okay. First hit of Mega Timewinder now causes damage scaling. Hey, maybe he won't do superhuman damage before the break thing now. This will reduce Echo's overall damage off stray hits. Never mind. Never mind. That's only off stray hits, not off of his actual combos. Never mind. Never mind. Don't I know? I'm guessing this is only going to matter for when Echo confirms the second hit of his S2, or if he confirms a Timewinder throw, or if he just hits raw super. That's the only time this is going to come. So never mind. That part's pretty much the same. It is now easier to punish his level 3 on block. You can now punish people. You can now punish his level 3 if you block it in the air. Down S2, mid-air chrono meter gain has been decreased by 2. Okay, I don't think that's going to change too much, but okay. That's it. Mega Timewinder now continue to travel and parry. Hey! That's the most impactful nerf on this thing! That is the most impactful nerf on this entire list! And I wish I was joking. This might be the most impactful nerf of the entire Echo section. No, it still comes back, but you can now punish him. So basically, like as of right now, when he throws it and you parry it, you stay in place and the Timewinder stays in place. So you have to repeatedly keep parrying it over and over again, right? But unless you're able to cancel into level 3 quick enough, he will recover before you do while you are still parrying, and you're going to be forced to block it anyways. But with this change, with this change, if you parry the Timewinder will keep moving past you anyways, allowing you, if you're close enough, of course, to then punch him before it comes back and hits you. So that is a fantastic, that is a fantastic change. And I mean this sincerely. This is probably, and I mean this way too much. I think this is probably the best change in the entire Echo section. I legitimately think this bug fix is the best change. Because yes, they shot the burrito Oki. That does not stop. That does not stop multiple. That does not stop his other Okis. His other Okis aren't as good, but it doesn't stop. But his down S1 Oki still catches throw, or still can catch rolls with throw. Because you can literally see whether or not they're rolling, so you don't even have to guess for this. You don't even have to guess for this part. And you can still, you're still very much forced to either block or parry the Time Winder. It does cause a bit of an RPS situation where people can just where people can wake up attack, or they can parry, they can parry mash for the Time Winder. So there is that. But it's still RPS that is heavily favored in Echo's favor that leads into after image mix-ups anyways. So his Oki is still incredibly broken. It's just they shot the strongest though. So he went from broken Oki to very strong Oki. So yeah, I think Echo's fine. I think Echo is more than fine. And we're probably still going to see 5 or 6 of him at Frosty top 8. Alawi just had adjustments. Alawi wasn't being rewarded for performing difficult combo routes. Help encourage more routing decisions. We're lowering damage on Alawi's. We're lowering the damage on Alawi's moves, improving the damage on Alawi's forward 1 just frame and charged heavy. Latest 7 frames instead of 8 frames. Second hitbox of charge down heavy has been slightly improved, so it always combos off of first hit of charge down heavy. Down S1 hits up on interrupt has been increased. Down S1 now causes soft launch flip on interrupt. Tentacles no longer use head stop when accounting for spawn timings. Tentacles will now spawn at consistent timings when handshake tagging or when hit stop is otherwise interrupted. This is most common when performing gliding hand assist into handshake tag. Okay. Motion midair S2 block stun and tentacle spawn timings have been adjusted to account for the new tentacle hit stop rule. This is now a true block. Okay. Damage buffs. Charge heavy and allows different tentacle were woefully underused and have been slightly improved at combo starters. Okay. This will improve Alawi's corner combos and create more reason to go for her more difficult combos. Charge heavy no longer causes damage scaling on the second hit. Charge heavy no longer causes damage scaling on the second hit. Charge hard forward S2 damage been increased by 20. Forward S2 damage has been increased by 10. It was done 10, now it's 120. Just from tentacle damage has been increased by 20. Meter gain has been increased by 3, going from 14 to 17. Now, so medium damage has been decreased by 5, so not bad. S1 tentacle slab meter gain has been decreased by 1. Ultimate nerve. Ultimate star has been increased by 4 frames. It was 5 frames, it's now. Damn. Shit, perfect. 9 frame startup now, huh? That's a decent bit slower. Here's what that causes Alawi to fly away after KOing the opponents. That probably looks funny. Okay, Alawi's not really all that different. Jinx continues to struggle against aggression in the meta. Some of her projectiles aren't being used as often as others. One Jinx to use every tool in her toolbox or improving their underutilized moves with significant buffs to pow, pow, up, up. And improvements to flame chompers. Jinx often chose to use a... Oh god, what's that look for sandwich? Jinx often chose to use other projectiles over flame chompers in neutral. Shocker, we're improving recovering flame chompers and fly. Hey, this is what I said. Jinx can throw out projectiles more rarely and get some more setups off throws. And hey, that's what I said. That's what I said they should do. Total move duration has been decreased by 8 frames, going from 63 to 55. Chompers no longer causes damage scaling when first attached. It applies to both charged and uncharged. Has a decent bit faster. Regular flame chompers, start recovery has been decreased by 2 frames. Duration has been decreased by 4. Chompers no longer causes damage scaling. Does more damage when connects to neutral combos. It applies to flame chompers. Recovery has been increased by 3. Okay, so not that much different. But it's faster at least, which is good. One of the main things I said that they should buff on Jinx would be to make her trap setups faster. Buffs: pow, pow, up, up. Sorry, the name is still funny to me. Was undertuned since it scaled damage on each bullet. Anti-airing with it didn't deal much, and it was hard to follow up. I'm not saying it. Is now significantly more rewarding on hit and has more use in combos. Now knocks opponents into the air on grounded hits, and adjusted launch hit stun has been increased by 4 frames. No longer causes damage scaling on each bullet. Damage now scales the combo on the middle and final bolts. Fair. Can now only be cancelled into fish bones or zap after the 6 bullets. Bullets that causes damage scaling now deals 10 more damage. If 20 damage is now 30. Its recovery is going to decrease by 2, going from -11 to -9. No longer punished by ultimates or Yasuo's Stormbreaker on block. Really wish I knew this before. Or else I actually would have done something bad. I actually would have used it. That's funny. Hitbox has been lowered to hit crouchers more consistently. M&H was whipping on crouches at long ranges. That's fine. Why are we nerfing Jinx at all? Super Mega Death Rocket Money. Why are the names removed so funny? Explosion chip damage is decreased by 40%. This is the only ultimate that gets its entire damage on block, so the chip damage was overtuned on this move. That part is true, and she is also plus on block on that move too. Tons of Fishbones assist does not fire additional projectiles if any projectiles interrupted. Jinx's crouch and her box is now larger. Okie dokie. We're normalizing Jinx's grounded and aerial damage to be equal. M damage has been increased by 5. So down medium has been increased by 10. Down medium is underused. We're improving its overall damage. Mid-air M damage has been increased by 5. Mid-air M from Jinx's light pulse combo. Warwick's Enter Duress S2-1 Super will now properly track a Jinx performing Fishbones hop down S2 on the ground and mid-air. Feels bad for Warwick players against Jinx players. Imagine Warwick using his S1 Super to punish what looked like a projectile, just for Jinx to be in the middle of doing her hop, and then she just goes soaring over Warwick. bet you that looked funny as hell. Okay, Teemo, what did they do to you? Because we know you're being shot. We accelerated most major Teemo nerfs through a previous balance patch, and we're seeing positive outcomes from those changes. Teemo is still performing, but is not dominating. We're shipping the remaining Teemo nerfs that weren't significant enough to accelerate. I'm going to be very curious because Jose made them sound very significant, but we'll see. While these are nerfs, they're designed to clean up remaining inaccuracies or outliers in his kit rather than bring down his power meaningfully. I still would heavily disagree with this, but we'll see. Buffs. LL and LLL recovery has been decreased by 3 frames. It was 32 and now 29 frames. LL and LLL now the same recovery as L. Okay. Who cares? Nerfs. M block stun has been decreased by 4. It was 20 frames, it's now 18. Accidental damage. AJ's recovery has been increased by 5 frames. It was -4 blocks, now -9. Okay. Teemo's M and HH have frame data that didn't align with other champions. That's okay, that's fine. Number of darts fired has been decreased by 1. No. Okay. Damage darts has been increased by... Okay. Boosting this moves to make it less frustrating. Okay, so... Okay, that explains. Okay, so that's the nerf to the S1 Super. So they're trying to make double down Super into tags slightly worse by making the darts not last as long, I guess. Okay. All right. Maybe they're right. Maybe these nerfs really aren't going to do anything. Retreat down S2 is now invulnerable frame 4 instead of invulnerable from frame 2. I'm not going to lie, I already thought it was frame 4. Oops. Our non-ultimate invulnerable moves generally gain invulnerable frame 4, and Teemo is an outlier here. Duration has been decreased by 33 frames. That is a decent amount. So that's a 15% decrease in time. And now throws fewer mushrooms as well. Specified duration while not making contact with an opponent has been decreased by 2 seconds. It was 4, now it's 2. That's a lot. This fire lasted too long neutral and shut down an opponent's ability to interact. Yep. Badge nerfs. Slingshot badge has been increased by 1. Mushroom badge has been increased by 2. Dart badge requirement has been increased by 3. I think they were right. These nerfs are. I thought the nerfs were good. They made the summary nerfs definitely made it sound much worse than they actually are. I don't think these Teemo nerfs are all that bad, honestly. I definitely thought it was going to be a lot worse. The bushfire nerf ironically is probably the most damaging one of this list, if I had to think. Yes, Rev, but dart supers or the darts in the super does not count towards the badge. So that doesn't change anything. And I'm not exactly surprised by this, because people were getting dart badges in a single combo. Hurt box adjustment, standing hurt box size in front of Teemo has been increased. Champions can now combo standing Teemo properly. Okay, so I'll be honest, I don't think Teemo got nerfed as hard as I thought it was going to. Yes, G-Tech, I am with you. Honestly, the general gameplay nerfs I think are much harder on Teemo than any of these nerfs. I think the bushfire nerf is probably the harshest one, just because the bushfire was really strong in neutral. And then probably the down. Depending on what depending on the throwing fewer mushrooms look like, this would probably also could be a decent one, being the fact that it's like a 15% less time. Yeah, something like that, and then but yeah, definitely the general gameplay nerfs of not being able to charge slingshot anymore. And then all of his projectiles going away are definitely going to be much harsher hits on him than what he actually received. That being said, Vi. We're making a significant improvement to Vi by allowing her to cancel charged knuckle down into S1 specials. We want to continue to emphasize footwork in Vi's routes and her pressure, and this change will improve her pressure strings when she wins neutral. I honestly think her pressure strings are already really good, so this has me very concerned as well. We're also buffing fastball assist by letting it hit grounded opponents and taking some power away from denting blows. Now who to play with Ahri? Ooh, I'm trying to figure that out myself. Buffs. Hook footwork now interrupt has properties of a fully charged hook. Charged midair vault breaker. S1 damage has been increased by 5. Okay. Charged knuckle down footwork cannot be cancelled into S1 specials. Vi would not be properly rewarded for making the opponent block this move, and she'll be able to continue pressure more effectively than before. This also opens up combo routes to emphasize her footwork. Sweet. During the animation of the One Girl Wrecking Crew, opponents can now be hit earlier. This allows your assist champ to land attacks while the opponent is still airborne. Okay, that's cool. It is a pretty good team, and these buffs are probably and I'm sure the buffs on Vi are only going to help that. Midair and grounded crater maker, midair S2 and down S2 damage increased by 5. Midair and grounded crater maker are now more advantageous when opponents air block. Air block stun has been increased by 9 frames. Jesus. Now launches opponents higher. Recovery has been decreased by 4 frames. Crater Maker didn't lead to advantage for Vi on air block. Now when Vi connects with Crater Maker on an air block opponent, she won't be at a disadvantage. Okay, so now she's actually got a much better anti-air move. Fastball assist, now OTGs when Vi pulls up the rock. Yep, we saw that in the initial video. Increased projectile durability, a fastball will now beat common projectiles. I love how this was a thing. let's just have her giant super rock clash with a regular projectile. But here's the question though. Will it tie with a Poro? That's the hard hitting questions for you. Will Vi's super rock and Brahm's Poro, who wins? Nurse, Vi will now be lower before main Knuckle Down, and will now have a hitbox that allows Light to hit her during the charge. With left to charge Knuckle Down, we want to ensure it has proper counterplay. Deadening Blows S2 now causes 2 hits of damage scaling. Fastball's assist vertical hitbox has been decreased to match its animation better. Okay. I mean, Vi's pressure I think was already pretty good, so the fact that her pressure now was just made better, which is definitely really good for her. And then the fact that she's now going to be plus off her end. So like before, like it was a recurring joke with like Ahri versus Vi. Vi can't beat Ahri because Vi's only option is the ground slam against Ahri constantly in the air. But now Vi is plus if she catches Ahri blocking that attack in the air. So now it's a legitimate counter strategy to Ahri being constantly in the air, or anybody really jumping pretty much. Like Vi's always been really strong on the ground. So now that she technically has a way to punish people, or not exactly punish people, well, not exactly punish people. It's like punish people or just in general. Do something when they're constantly jumping in the air is honestly pretty good. It's honestly really good, actually. I couldn't say pretty. It's honestly really good. Warwick. We're focusing on 3 changes for Warwick. Improving stability. Why? Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's... Oh dear. Why are we improving Bloodlust? And improving underused special moves. Yep, this will be made into a YouTube video as well as the Twitch VOD as well as the YouTube live VOD on the live section of the channel are both going to be up. So you have multiple ways to come back and watch all my pain and misery reading through these patch notes. Okay, what do we got? Many of Warwick's attacks were dropping in unexpected moments, especially against airborne opponents. We're improving how its normals and specials work against airborne opponents, making Savage Slashes, No Escape, S2 Super easier to combo, and making Vault follow-ups more consistent. Many of his moves have had adjustments to launch distance or hit stun. These changes are all minor, despite the length of the section, but contribute to a much more stable experience. To help Warwick's offense, does he need it? Does he need it? Wrath of the Beast, Forward S1, and Claws of the Beast S1 travel faster and further while in Bloodlust. Climb Ren, Primal Climb back near corner medium is more useful in pressure. And Spinning Slicer mid S2 gives more advantage on hit. Isn't this his anti-projectile cross-up slash? And then this is his run into overhead. They made him both faster and go further. Doesn't this already go like 50-60% of the screen? Okay, I might stand corrected. I might have to make a tier list and put Yasuo, Echo, and Warwick at the top of the tier list. Okay, light hit stun has been increased by 1 frame, going from 13 to 14. M now launches an area opponent further. H and charge aid hitboxes have been increased vertically. Both M launch distance and H changes improve Warwick's ability to combo airborne opponents while grounded. Down heavy hit stun has been increased by 1 frame. Charge mid-air heavy has been increased by 1 frame. Down heavy but now combo into aerial normals more consistently. Okay. I got no problem with any of this, shit. I got 0 problem with any of this. I got no problem. I more than likely won't have any problem with this either. Primal Leap down S1 and Claws of the Beast. S1 up jump height has been increased. Will not come more consistently. Again, got no problem with that. Non-component with less height does not apply to Primal Climb. Again, no problem. Change keeps the opponent lower while forming, which makes falls more consistent. Again, no problem. Savage Slashes. Hollow Strikes are more stable. Increased hitbox size. Increased hit stun. Launch its weapon now launch opponent higher, lower depending on their position. Versus Spinning Slasher, launch height has been increased. So he's going to basically what we're getting from this is that he's going to have a lot. He's going to have potentially a lot of new combos. And that's what we're getting from this is where he's going to have a lot of new combos. Versus Spinning Slicer has been increased by 6 frames. It's 18. These changes allow Spinning Slicer to connect if you cancel on first hit. Final hit of down to 2 while blow now launches the opponent further. Launches the opponent further improves the move's combo stability. Okay. Hurtbox improvement. Claws of the Beat S1 and Rage of the Beat no longer have a hurtbox on Warwick's back. Sure. Rage of the Beat Wild Blood no longer has a hurtbox on Warwick's and I'm hitting Warwick while crossing up the opponent. Okay. Buffs. Changes. Block stun has been increased by 3. It was not.
Who thought this was okay?
Sweep is -8. And also goes further. Sweep is now -8. And has longer reach. Climb range. Block stun has been increased by 6. Climb Rhino is often worse than its Primal Leap counterpart. It now has more advantage and has a hitbox that lets it combo more consistently against airborne opponents. Calls of the Beat S11 Blood now makes Warwick run 30% faster. Now travels 15%. Wrath of the Beast is cross up now goes 15% further. Wrath of the Beast pushes back opponent further. You better not have made this harder to punish. I swear to God. I swear to God, you better have not made his freaking cross-up attack that's basically instantaneous hard to punish. You better not have. Second, third, yeah, just parry. Just parry the instant cross up. Yeah, no problem. Second, third, and fourth hits of Savage Slashers push opponents 20%. Yes, it does sound like I did that. But we'll see. Savage Slash follows will no longer whiff on blocking opponents without the opponent performing a retreating guard. Okay, that's random, but okay. Bloodlust forward S2 was -8 frames. It's now -5. Okay. Lane recovery on Spinning Slicers midair S2 final hit has been reduced by 4 frames. 24 is now 20. Also works fall speed at 4 in the move has been increased. Particularly useful and difficult to combo with teammates for making recovery faster. That Warwick continue to pressure and enable additional assist partners. No Escape S2 Super Starter has been reduced by 2 frames. Goes from 15 to 13. Increases speed at No Escape to make Savage Slashes. Blood Hunt Ultimate Startup has been reduced by 4 frames. So 16 is now 12. Blood Hunt was slow enough to allow chance to attack and block time is no longer the case. Nerfs. Please give us a nerf to the uppercut at least. Like I can accept all I can accept basically all of these things. Just please let them nerf the uppercuts. Possibly that's when block sense been reduced by 2 frames. It's -6 is now -8. Punching Warwick's a low and overhead option is like accessible. Hey, they nerfed the overhead! They nerfed the overhead. It's now -8 on block instead of -6, so it's now slightly easier to punish. Uniting both is committal high and committal low to make the punishment easy to understand and equitable across all champions. First hit of Savage slashes. S2 now travels 12.5 less far. Or often cross under opponents after medium or heavy. Choosing a range to help with stability. Is that really it? His anti-air uppercut still has no recovery. It's jab punishable by all characters now, where before it was only jab punishable by the 6 frame champions. Address will properly track Warwick form. Alright, wait, we read that already. Look over Infant Dress, Super not always reach the opponent. Finally, Bloodseeker down 2 now hits both sides while on Bloodlust. Okay. That's a follow-up. Now it does the same amount of damage regardless where it hits. Fits a Reapers of no escape super. Bloodhunt can no longer be anti-aired. It could be anti-aired before? There's a bug that caused the Bloodlust animation play at the start of the next round. Ari is up forward, Spirit Rush, and now consistent Master of Warwick on it. Okay, yikes. Yikes, 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 yikes. So not only are they making it more consistent, they more than likely just gave him like an infinite number of new combo routes. That'll probably all increase his damage. His uppercut attack that basically has no recovery still has basically no recovery. His Bloodlust cross up is now better than it already was. And all we got in return for stopping that, or for all that, is his overhead is now -8 instead of -6. So, Warwick top 3 now? Echo, Yasuo, and Warwick top 3? Warwick top 2? Warwick top 1? Maybe? Oh, not moved out of S tier, but I had Ari 3rd and Warwick 4. Warwick at least I think Warwick at least jumped her. I think at the very least Warwick jumped her. I bet you by the end of tomorrow we're going to see some absolutely absurd new Warwick combos with all these changes. Yeah, so I'm not saying Ari Ari didn't get nerfed out of top tier, but I had her 3rd before. She is now minimum, or she is now at maximum 4. You know, assuming Yasuo didn't get nerfed that much, which I don't think he is. Yasuo continues to be strong and neutral and on offense. To build clear weaknesses for him, we're giving Yasuo more recovery on medium and crouching medium. This is more recovery than other champions have on their medium attacks. But we believe it's in character for Yasuo to want to take his shots carefully rather than mash and get full conversions. Buffs. M now hits on crouchers. We're on these kids at the con. I can try and show you sometime, sure, Arcana. Also, which bug did you were you asking about, Chocobo? With the added recovery and this move with on crouches would have a distant outcome. It would hit standing opponents. Medium hitbox size has been increased. Actually, crouching heavy hitbox size. So does Yasuo's crouching heavy also whiff on crouching opponents? And that's all this changes? If not, I'm gonna be very mad. I'm just going to assume that that's the case too. Supreme Blade, forward S1, hit stun on ground opponents has been increased by 8. So his grounded cross-up attack now has 8 frames more hit stun. Okie dokie. Nerfs. M recovery increased by 6. The crouching medium recovery increased by 5. Okay, so at least it's more than 2. Yasuo's on-block pressure is particularly strong to add clear counterplay to immune attacks to the one as well. Am I reading that right? Yasuo's on-block pressure is particularly strong to add clearer counterplay. We want his whiffs to be more meaningful. We think Yasuo's on-block pressure is too strong. So we want him to be weaker when he misses. His on-block pressure is too strong, so we want him to be weaker when he misses. No, I get that. It's just very odd. We think he's too strong. We think he might be too strong on block. So we're going to make him worse. So we're going to leave that alone and make him worse if he misses his large mediums. Okay. Sure, I guess. Yeah, time to try to push block his jab, I guess. Steel Tempest has a reduced hitbox close to Yasuo. Now it's further away. Occasionally catch him who successfully jump in. Okay, if you jump over his S1, you should be rewarded for punishing him, not just magic get hit. And performing Gale Blade, returning so S1, S1, S2. The opponent now falls faster. Yasuo can no longer. Ooh. Hang on, which super is it? Which super is Stormbreaker? Ah, the Lariats. Oh no, I wasn't worried about this. I wasn't worried about that. So that means Yasuo's combos where you can do level 1 to level 1 are cooked. Right? Because the whole Yasuo combos was like cut like slash slash down super. You can't do that anymore. So at least there's that. Oh, I'm sure there still are, but I'm going to assume it's less damaging ones at least. Gale Blade midair S1 changes is now in counter hit recovery. Increased size of throwable area is now easier to throw. Yasuo performing lower hitbox is now removed after 6 frames. So it's still basically instant. It still basically has no hitbox attached to it. And you're now being told you have to throw it, or else you will just get fucked for it still. And if the whole point is to make it easier to punish with throw, why give it counter hit recovery without making it easier to just punch it? What? And I need to see what this lower hitbox is going. I need to see what the lower hitbox means, because there's a chance that they might have removed the cross up with the lower hitbox potentially. So I think I'm pretty sure the lower hitbox is the one that hits behind him. But I would need to actually check that. Actually, hang on. I literally have 2XKO playing in the background right now. I am checking this shit right now. Checking this shit right now. Okay, so the lowest hitbox has been removed after 6 frames. We're checking this real quick right now. All right, is that the only one that hits behind him?
Select your champion. Select your choose your destination. No second guesses.
Ruinous S1 under, then give it more hits done. I don't care. Okay, display. Okay, that's already on, right? Yeah. No, so it still will hit behind him, just not as far. Son of a bitch. So it's less likely to hit cross up, but still can hit cross up, I guess. Okay. Yes, Colonel, there is indeed Jinx buffs. Okay, let's finish this up. We've been going for almost 2 hours. Okay, so yeah, these are a patch releasing tomorrow. But the patch says the lower hitbox is now removed after 6 frames. And what I was just checking was when you do Yasuo's S1, he has 3 separate hitboxes attached to him. So it says the lower hitbox is now removed after 6 frames. So the first 6 frames of the attack has that lowest hitbox that reaches the furthest behind him. But after the 6 frames, that lowest one is gone. So I was checking to see whether or not he would still have a backwards hitbox once that is gone? And the answer is yes, he still does. It just doesn't stretch as far back. So it is still possible to where you are going to get hit cross-up by Yasuo's S1. It's just going to be slightly less often. So that's what I was checking. And then they just refuse to make this shit at all punishable, pretty much. Because I will attempt, like, if anything, maybe after the patch, I will try to see if I can do this. But my God, if I have to if I'm reacting to that with throw to punish is going to be ugh. But I shall, if anything, see to see how much easier they made it. But we'll find out, I guess. Sweeping Blade now is a hurt box behind Yasuo. So now, this right here. They need to do this to this, this to this. Keep the counter hits, and make this the same as this. To where if I swipe at the air when they do this, I will still hit them because there's still a hurt box behind him. That's what they need to do. Leave counter hit recovery, and make this the same as this. So that way, in worst case scenario for you, if you swung at him, you two will trade. You will both fall to the ground. And you will both recover at roughly the same time. So this is a good change too, but they should have made this the same as this. Sorry, they should have made this the same as this. Sorry. Yeah. Bug fixes. Yasuo's area collision pill now matches other champions. Combo no longer drops specifically on Yasuo. That's funny. There's a bug where Yasuo could be idling in combat stance if a champion died during the startup. There's a bug where the first instance of damage to Stormbreaker could knock KO an opponent. Okay. Terminal Wind Esu will no longer slash the air multiple times if you perform a handshake tag at a specific timing. There's a bug to prevent the assist character Super Assist from coming out when using Stormbreaker Super with Psychic Fuse equipped. Okay. There's a bug that prevented Yasuo from activating Last Breath Ultimate and Happy Birthdays. Great. Quality of life updates. Notification now displays when the game detects unsupported devices. Familiar now played less frequently. Teemo's bugle taunt sounds are now more glorious. Some in-game music themes have been updated to their final versions. Warwick Darius, stages, menus, lobbies. Can you Avatar sound effects like run dash? Did you give us back the fireworks? Win streak now persists across the lobbies. Casual lobby wins would not transfer to ranked lobby, as it should. Win streaks now reset daily. Wait, they didn't reset? Win streaks now end on joining or leaving a duo. Various updates have been made in the lobby and spectating performance. Can you give us back our fireworks, please? I know we're all going to be in training mode anyways, but can you give us back our fireworks? Thank you. Accounts that are banned for having an inappropriate riot ID are now unable to change their riot ID until the ban is over. These penalties are now applied more consistently. Players' profiles are now displayed current ranked points alongside ranked info. Placement matches have been completed. Unranked players are now marked as unranked instead of aspirant. Settings. Visibility of volume slider, text to speech. Narrative coverage has been expanded. Option is change the input. First fight. Display options are changed. Time's been moved down into the list of keybinds. Add confirmation before moving your friend. Remove the countdown timer from invitation notifications. Yay! This was stupid. Expiring invites now a progress bar animation in the social panel. Made various improvements to the social panel. Added a confirmation that needs to be notched before unlocking a chroma pack. All starter editions offers are now displayed on the purchase confirmation screen. I will let you guys read the rest of these. Valorant during Legend Channel counts a different region can affect your 2x progression. Storing cosmetics, the battle pass. Do we have a price for these? I guess not. Also, the Warwick one is free. Star Editions. Arcade Mega Bundle. The arcade one is first! And tomorrow. Hey guys, we're playing Arcade Ari tomorrow. Let's go. Featuring Arcade Ari, Arcade Blitzcrank, and Arcade Vibe, plus a lot more available for purchase for a limited time starting January 20th. Yeah, so arcade skins come out tomorrow, so Arcade Ari for us tomorrow. Yay. Frame Perfect Mega Bundle. Season 1 launching Frame Perfect. All skins look fire. Yeah. I'm probably only going to get the arcade one, just because I probably would never use the Bumblebee one. Frame Perfect Mega Bundle. Season 1 we're launching Frame Perfect to commit themed skin. This includes help funding pools and covering term production costs. Frame Perfect Ari, Frame Perfect Echo, plus a lot more available for purchase for a limited time starting January 29th. Heartseeker Mega Bundle. Okay, that's cute. Darius, Teemo, and Jinx. That starts February 5th. The bees, not the bees. Kind of weird to have Ari in two of them. That is what it is. Bees Teemo, Bees Ari, and Bees Blitz starts February 26th. And that's the end. That's the end. So yeah, I'm probably the only skin I'm getting from these bundles is going to be Arcade Ari. And yeah, Ari's got 3 skins. Literally everything except for Heartseeker, which is kind of funny because her ultimate is Charm, has an Ari skin attached to it. No, Warwick's in the Battle Pass. Warwick and Echo are both. Warwick and Echo. Actually, no. Echo's got 2. Warwick's in the Battle Pass. So Yasuo, Alawi, and Braum are all crying. Mr. Fifth with a rate of 6. I appreciate that, Fifth. Hope you had a good stream. But yeah, so Yasuo, Alawi, and Braum are crying, but everyone else has something. Yeah, and also the Warwick one is free, so you don't even need to buy the Battle Pass. Yeah, the question for me is going to end up being, if I do end up playing Caitlyn, am I buying the Ultra one to get Arcane Caitlyn, or do I just stick with the Battle Pass one? Because honestly, the Battle Pass one is pretty good too. These Yasuo nerfs. In what way, Fifth? In what way? Because Arcane Ari is good, don't get me wrong, but I also kind of like the Battle Pass one too, and that's going to be significantly cheaper. But yeah, and that's the end of the patch notes. So you can grab his air slash. Well, you always could. It's just supposedly going to be easier. How much easier is going to be a question. The Warwick nerf is fair. The Warwick nerf is fair. You hear that, guys? The Warwick nerf is fair. Oh, I wonder why the Warwick nerfs might be fair. Oh, I wonder why the Warwick nerfs might be fair. Because, you know, he might have gotten 1 or 2 things, you know, to help make up for it, you know. Just 1 or 2. Maybe just 1. 2 at the most. God. He's still top 5. Dude, he moved up the tier list from this patch. Still top 5. He moved up. Like, depending on where you had him, he moved up the tier list. Like, he's still top 5. He's above top 5. Like he's he's in top 5. He definitely ain't 5, and he definitely ain't 4. My thoughts, move up to the, Echo, still broken. Yasuo, still broken. How is Warwick not on this list of buffs? Warwick moved up. W patch realistically? No? Yes, so... I feel like I say this every patch, which is why I'm hesitant to say it again. But again, patch more things in the things continue to go in the correct direction. My issue is I have said that about every patch, and that literally leads to nothing changes. So that's why I'm a bit more hesitant on this patch to say something really, really nice about it, even though it is an overall good patch, and as I've said for the last couple, things in the right direction. More Echo Yasuo nerfs that are deserved. The Ahri nerf might hurt a lot depending on how much her backdash has changed, so we'll see about that, but she did technically need him too. Warwick did not need anything like that. Darius did not need buffs. Vi didn't really need buffs, but they got him anyways. Blitz, Braum, Jinx, they definitely did. Although the Braum ones still scare me. So yes, overall, definitely a W patch. I agree with you, Foss. It's just really hard to know, or really hard to think that a ton is going to change outside of the fact that we might like. If I ignore Caitlyn, if I completely ignore Caitlyn at this point, the only thing I think is going to change is I think we're going to see less Ahris, and in return we might see more Vi's and Warwicks. I think that probably is where we're at right now. Is that because... I'm not saying that because I think Ahri's going to be bad, but the changes. I think Ahri's still going to be very strong, but because her runaway game is definitely going to be worse, I think some people are going to drop her for that, and then are going to look to potential, and then people will probably just look in general to pick up Vi and Warwick, as they got buffs, and a good amount of them, when they were already fairly agreed upon to already be incredibly strong picks. So yeah, my opinions is overall same as last couple. Patch is overall good, even though I will cry about the Ahri nerfs again. You know, the usual. But I still think unless Caitlyn is really strong, we're still probably going to see 5 to 6 Echoes in basically every top 8. Yasuo is still basically going to be everywhere, and then we might end up seeing a rise in Vi or a rise in Warwick from the laundry list of buffs that they both received. So yeah, that's my prediction, because even with the buffs to Braum, I don't see a ton of people picking him up, just because he's more of an archetype type of thing than how strong he is. The people who like Braum and want to play Braum are probably already playing Braum before these buffs. So I don't see a ton of people picking him up, even with these buffs. And they are definitely good buffs. Darius, we might see more of him because of the fact that he now has mix, which he really didn't need. But I think the biggest winners of this patch are probably Warwick, Braum, and Vi. Biggest losers, Probably Ari and Teemo. Teemo's the biggest loser of this patch, followed probably by Ari, and then we'll see what ends up happening with Caitlyn. If Yasuo remains a broken top tier, I'm pretty sure most of us all think he's going to be, another big loser in this patch might end up being Caitlyn. Welcome to the game. Have a wind wall. Right. Welcome to the game. Have a wind wall. So that might end up being a thing, but a lot of it will come down as well to what are they actually going to look like when we actually get our hands on the patch tomorrow. We think because as I mentioned earlier when I was talking about the patch, they can say slightly decreased or increased. Or goes further, or is slower, or this or that, or this or that. Unless they give us exact numbers, and even then we're not exactly going to know immediately like that. Oh, it's 15% slower, so this, or it goes 16%, or doesn't go 16% as far. So I'll know exactly like that. No, we don't know that. We won't know until we see it. So. Final opinions will probably come when I actually get to see and try out the patch. But yeah, my guess is we're entering a world where Yasuo and Echo are still the two that are going to be most dominant, and then we're going to see probably a rise in the likes of Vi and Warwick. Because I think we've already been, or at least I've already been seeing a decent rise in the play rate of those two and how often I see them. And I think with these changes, we're only going to see that more. But that's just my opinion. So what do you guys think? What do you guys think of patch 1.1.1 for season 1? I don't know. And I agree, Foss. Lightwisp is going to have a heyday with all this. You play Echo Alawi, I'm good. yeah, because Echo is still A-okay, and Alawi just got a few adjustments, but she's basically still the same. Echo is definitely the least changed of the bunch, that's for sure. Maybe I should say that Echo is one of the big winners. Yeah, Echo is one of the biggest winners. Why? He lost one Oki. That is it. That's what we do to the #1 most played character in the game. We nerf one Oki. And then leave everything else alone. Why? Why? But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we got him. God, I'm still losing it. I'm still losing it over this Warwick section. I'm sorry. I'm still losing it over this. I cannot believe this. I cannot believe this in the slightest. I'm not. He just didn't need it. It's just the thing. Like that's what I mean by I can't believe it. He just didn't need it. Playing game more counterplay. Yeah, so it's like I could try Ari Warwick again, but realistically, if I don't swap to Caitlyn, I'm probably just going to keep playing Ari Echo, because even though as I've said before repeatedly, I'm not the best rushdown player. And Echo is definitely a rushdown character now with the Time Winder changes and everything that happened like a couple patches ago. Warwick is literally a full rushdown character. So it's like if I swap to Warwick, I wouldn't be swapping to Warwick because he fits how I play or makes me want to, or how I want to play more. I'd swap to him because they buffed a character that didn't need buffs. So odds are if I don't swap to Caitlyn, I'm probably just going to stay on Echo, because Echo at least has a projectile and at least has some set play-ish and is at least closer to how I want to play than Warwick is. So odds are, after reading these patch notes, I'm 100% still playing Ari. Like that, like there is zero doubt in the world there. I'm 100% still playing Ari, and I'm buying Arcade Ari the moment it comes out tomorrow. Like the literal moment that shit comes out tomorrow, I am buying it. And then I'm either playing Caitlyn, or I'm either playing Caitlyn or I'm just sticking with Echo. Gunnar. Oh, come on! It's the same. It's the Ari skin. It's the same Ari skin I used in League. I had two Ari skins that I used in League: Star Guardian Ari and Arcade Ari, but Arcade Ari came out first. So the fact that Arcade Ari is coming to 2XKO, it's like, come on, I got to. It's like, come on, look how good she is. I still don't know why it does that. Come on. She's shooting literal arcade arrows at people. And when she hits people with a Foxfire, you get points. Wait, Ruby's trending? Hang on. Trending Ruby, yeah. Did they announce something? It's one of the main characters' birthdays, and I guess everyone's popping off for it or something. I have no. That's random. Yeah, look, shit, bad. Look, you get points when you hit Foxfires.
Don't look away.
But yeah, so buying that immediately. But But yeah, so that's my plan for season 1. I mean, I'm either sticking with Ari Echo because Echo is basically still the same and is still probably going to be the #1 character in the game, or I'd be swapping to Ari Caitlyn. So that will be what we will be figuring out this week, because Frosty is in a week and a half, so we're gonna have to figure that out. But that'll be tomorrow at 6 o'clock, which will be when I start stream. Up and real quick, apparently, Elliot Faye did their usual duty. These are the teams played by the final challenger team counts for season 0. 48 Yasuo Echoes. Actually, open image in the tab. Okay. 48 Yasuo Echoes, double that of the next total. 24 Ari Echoes, 16 Ari Yasuos, 15 Vi. Really, the Vi Echo, the rise of the Vi Echoes. Damn. 10 Darius Alawi, 8 Teemo Yasuo, 7 Alawi Echo, 7 Vi Warwick. I've been seeing a lot more of this team. And then we get to pretty much the rest. The only teams with 0 challengers. Rip Ari Warwick, the team that we joked about me playing, and the one I actually did try and play at one point. 0 Ari Warwicks, 0 Blitzcrank Dariuses, 0 Teemo Darius, 0 Teemo Jinx, and 0 Teemo Warwick. 3 Teemo teams not making it to Challenger. Every other team in the game has some form of Challenger in it. And also shout out to Yasuo Braum. It was 0, and then Diaphone went and picked it up. Or well, he went and started playing it, and maybe someone on his stream got motivated to play it or something. I don't know. But that was 0, because I remember that from when he made a video on that. And if there was any other stats on this. No. Okay, just that. Good. Did I watch Shikari versus Blaze? No. Depends, I guess, on when. On when and what match we're talking about. But yeah, I've been going for over 2 hours over this patch. I feel bad for my editors who are going to have to try and figure out how to bring this down, into a video. RVI is a crazy team. Like, yeah, there's definitely a consideration for RVI here, especially with the Vi buffs. But odds are I'll probably just be sticking with Ari Echo or Ari Caitlyn. But yeah, Godspeed to my editors. They got today and tomorrow to have the video ready for Wednesday's post. Yeah, so Godspeed to them, and I apologize. Yeah, Foss, are you going?
Who thought this was okay?
They had a blast with that one. Let's see here.
Match with a local TurboTax expert.
Shout out TurboTax. No one cares. Yeah, they titled the video for Dragon Ball "Who Thought This Was Okay." So you guys spamming that during that video led to that a lot. It was TNS Grand Final. If you mean the one from this week, then no, or from this last week, no, I did not. I did not watch it, no. The only thing I know about was that Hikari got 6-0'd in FlyQuest Grand Finals because he DQ'd himself before Grands. What happened or why he did it, I have no idea. But apparently he DQ'd Grand Finals. All right, but yeah, so I'm going to end it here since I normally don't stream. I normally don't stream on Tuesdays anyways. Or dude, I always stream on Tuesdays. I normally don't stream on Mondays anyways, and gotta allow the editors to actually start to actually get started on this video. So thank you guys for watching my reaction / hatred / crying / approval / a little bit of everything. I was kind of all over the place on today's reaction, but I think riot patches are just tend to do that more often than not. I think to just about everybody. So I think it kind of makes sense. But like I said, that'll be it for me. We're gonna be back. We are going to be back tomorrow, but we're going to be back tomorrow night rather than the normal tomorrow afternoon because the patch drops tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific time. So we're going to start stream somewhere around there instead, so that way we can check out the nerfs, check out the buffs, and of course get our hands on Caitlyn to see what the heck she is about. So until then, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, night, whatever times for you guys, because time zones, as always, are a very weird thing. Until next time, I'll talk to you guys.